Okay guys, this is day 2 of practice at OH Ivie for Bass Championships. So if you haven't seen part 1, I'll post it right there. And what you saw is we're catching a lot of fish. We're catching a few fish on a swim bait in low light. And then up in the day, I'm catching quite a few fish throwing a mojo rig with the fluke. But we're seeing a lot of fish that we're not catching. Now, there's not much wind. There's forecast for wind for the weekend. So we're thinking that's going to get some of these fish that are running up and looking at these swim baits to go ahead and commit. But you don't know. So this is day 2, at least a little bit of day 2.
To the right under those mesquite trees, they just ran under too.
It's hard to keep your fish out of your garden. I want you to look at the size of the fish versus the bait. He was wanting him some 6-cent weight bait. He hung up.
No, he ain't a big one, but he hit this big old bait.
Some of the boys and girls want $109 to get you.
Well, that's an S waiver there. It's about 40 something.
Okay, so that's the early morning, low light day 2. We only have a couple on film, but we caught 5 or 6 fish really quick, right there in that deep drain going into that water pump right there. And so that water's 60 feet deep, and then right next to it is 20 feet of water. And by the way, let me just share this with you. So I'm throwing that mojo rig because at at OH Ivie, so the lake is 14 feet low, but there's mesquite bushes everywhere until 20 feet. 19 or 20 feet, the mesquite bushes just kind of end. I don't know exactly why that is. I'm sure it's due to some level of lake in the past, but to a large degree, 20 foot or deeper, there's not a lot of bushes, not a lot of trees, not a lot of mesquite trees. So we could get a few bites outside of those trees, but we could get a lot more bites in those trees. The problem is you throw a Carolina rig in there and you just stayed hung up constantly. And that's why I dropped down to that little mojo rig. I could work it through it better. You're going to see in the tournament, I actually switched and I go to a D-shad, which is a Yamamoto bait. It's the weight of a Cinco, but it's shaped like a fluke, and it's got the same tail flutter of a Cinco. It's one of my favorite baits I don't talk about very much. But you'll see I throw that quite a bit. I put a heavy 3/0 hook in it and no weight, and I start catching them real good on it. Actually, tomorrow on the 3rd day of practice, you're going to see that too. But you're going to hear, I'm going to kind of insert something right here for you. So we were seeing a lot of fish following, but I had something in the back of my head. So in the pre-practice, I had gone up the Concho and the Colorado River, and I hadn't got a lot of bites, but I'd gotten some good bites. And you're going to hear at the end of this video when I do the day 2 summary, I was so disappointed because I was absolutely convinced that we were going to go up there and figure these fish out. Again, I didn't get many bites, but I thought if we got up there and we could I really thought it was going to be packed up there. I thought if we could just kind of block out a little section of the river, we could catch them and catch some big ones. And the reason for that is what I'm going to show you right here. And what I'll tell you is we ran up there thirsty for an hour in practice, Ran up there again Friday for an hour in practice and never had a bite. But this is why I'm so dejected at the end of this video.
Can you say big and heavy? I want you to look at here, man. That is what OH Ivie's about right there. I mean, that's just a football. A 65-pound cigar braid. That is just a football. It's a 5.5, 5. Ooh, that's fun to do. Oh, about 12 feet of water, about 5 feet down, it just stops. Suspended fish. Dandy dandy right there. Chunk on the prawn. Another nice chunk on the prawn. That's a 2.5, big long skinny fish. Got down there, got around something. It's a solid 4.5 pound fish. Very nice. You know, when you get a fish like that wrapped up, you just gotta not panic. And try to get an angle. You saw what I did. A lot of times what'll happen, especially in those kind of trees, is that cord will bite into that bark. So when I got over the top of her, I could reel down. It does the same thing in buckbrush and pop it out of that, and then she swam free. So, and again, using a little 2/0 hook so that the hook doesn't get hung in the tree too. You know, I've talked about that quite a bit. So. I'll say they're getting a little bigger. That is a big fish. That is a big fish. What a fish. That's a dandy right there, boys. 7-1, I just weighed her. I thought she might be 8, but she's not.
All right, so this is the end of the day, and you're gonna see how hangdog I am right here because I was so disappointed. I really thought I was gonna whack those fish up there, so check it out.
Well, that's 2 days of practice. Sorry about the bad audio, but I'm in a concrete box. So speaking of which, if you're looking for a nice place to carry the wife to, impress her with a really nice accommodations and a beautiful weekend, don't bring her here. That's not gonna work out well for you. It's okay. It's a night. The room's old. I want to say it's clean, but there's dead crickets in the floor. But that's what you get bass fishing in West Texas. So we've got 2 days in the books, and we got nothing working. I feel like we can get a few bites real early on a big swim bait, maybe. But number one, you got to get the bite. Number two, you got to catch that fish. They got to eat it. Number three, you got to get them in the boat with a 1 or 2 or 3 ounce swim bait in their mouth. We've rotated through a lot of stuff. They're not eating it. They'll follow it. I can get them to bite a little swing belly hook, a hook with a little spinner swinging off the bottom, and a Strike King, or actually I've thrown all three. I've thrown a 6 cents, a Strike King, and also a Skinny Dipper, and it doesn't seem to matter that much to them. Today they seem to like the Strike King a little better because it's a wider wobble, but I can throw a fluke around a little bit on a Mojo rig and get bit. We've probably got 2 or 3 areas we can catch some fish in, but we're just not seeing any quality fish. I really thought I could catch some fish up the river flipping. We've been up there twice and have not had a bite on either trip. So this has been a really difficult practice for us. The only thing I can figure out that we're doing wrong is we don't have enough rods and reels in the boat, so I'm putting more rods and reels in the boat. We got 1 more day of practice tomorrow. We're going to have dinner tonight and kind of talk through what we think we need to do, but I think we're both really just kind of scratching our head. The lake fish is so small. Even the couple of places we feel like we might get a bite deep, every time you run by them, there's not a boat on them. There's 2 or 3 boats on them, and it's just, and by the way, kudos for Bass Champs for bringing us out here. I like coming and doing something different, and it's a fun place. It's beautiful. It's West Texas, beautiful dark nights with moon and stars, but it's just, 14 feet low and a 19,000 acre lake to start with. It's not 12 or 14,000 acres right now, and it's just fishing small. I'm really scratching my head where those river bites might have gone, because I thought that was going to get better. But you can tell it's not up there, because you go up there, there's nobody up there. A buddy of mine spent the day up there today and had 2 or 3 bites, he said. So we got one more day of practice. Mr. Hawkins has been out there tying more baits on like me. So again, I think the key here is going to be more rods and reels in the boat tomorrow. Don't you think that's going to make a difference?
I don't know if it'll make a difference, but that's what we got to do, I guess.
So more rods and reels in the boat tomorrow, and we're just going to go fishing. That's all you can do. We've tried so many things. We've tried throwing. I threw a big spinnerbait today. I threw an A-rig a little bit today. We've done a bunch of dragging. We've done a bunch of flipping. The only thing we really haven't done is throw a jerk bait, but the water's still so warm that doesn't seem to make sense. So we're just going to keep at it. Talking to my buddies today, Chet and them, they had a couple of bites today, but they're struggling. It's high bluebird, it's high pressure. Nobody we've talked to is really catching them. So we'll go fishing tomorrow, see what happens, and hopefully we'll have a better show for y'all on the next show, when we actually, either tomorrow's practice or the tournament itself. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Yes, we all get a little blue when we struggle, and we're struggling, but that's just part of fishing. Otherwise, everybody would be catching them, and we'd all be fighting over who could weigh the biggest 40-pound stringer down here, but that's just not going to happen. Somebody will catch them, and we hope it's us, but we're going to have to get a little lucky to catch them. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys again here in a couple days.
So I want to end this video just letting y'all know what's going on with me. I had told y'all that I had some things going on personally. I am having a full hip replacement on Monday, 59 years old. So everything you guys see for the next couple of weeks is going to be the pre-recorded stuff, and probably not a lot of stuff. I'm probably not going to get a chance to post a lot. I'm going to be pretty drugged up. I had some pretty big concerns going into this, because I had gone for my pre-op testing, and my EKG, or my echocardiogram, where they look at your heart, didn't look right. So they referred me to a cardiologist. I saw that cardiologist today. He gave me a clean bill of health. My heart was fine. So we're going to go in Monday. They're going to knock me out. And if you do not go YouTube search what a hip replacement surgery looks like, you do not want to do that, trust me. But I'm going to have a hip replacement surgery. I will tell you, I have a little history. In addition, when I had a knee surgery years ago in 2009, I had a blood clot afterwards. So today, my day today was going to the cardiologist and also going to see a hematologist. So we're going to put me on some blood thinners to try to make sure that doesn't happen again. And I'm literally in a cold sweat thinking about this. I'll be real honest, guys. I'm nervous about this, but I got good doctors, and I've done everything I'm supposed to do before this. So I'll be out next week. Surgery's Monday. They tell me it'll be 4 to 6 weeks. 6 weeks recovery time. I'm hoping to be kind of off the pain meds in 3 or 4 weeks, because I need to work. I'm in a profession where if I don't work, I don't get paid in the insurance business. So bear with me. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the well wishes. I'm a little nervous about this, but we'll be fine. And I'll post an update on my condition as soon as I feel like I can get on camera, and my hair won't be washed because I can't take a shower for a while, and I'll probably look like heck, but I'll get some updates up as soon as I can, and I'll have some more of the Bass Champs Championship. I'm going to kind of load a few of these up for y'all to post next week while I'm down, and so you got something to watch and kind of hanging out with me. So thanks for all the well wishes. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys here over the next few weeks. Thanks, guys.